creating a processor object to perform these operations. So what I'm going to do, let's suppose I create this analyzer. So my class is data cleaning. Okay. So when I do this, I run this. So what happens if I run this? So you can see that this object is being created, data cleaning, at this particular location. So this task is being done. Okay, I'll just walk you through in case you were facing some challenges looking at it. I'm so sorry. So in this project or micro project, what we are doing is we are trying to implement the oops concept of Python for the data analysis using a retail sales file. Okay, so we are trying to achieve is we are trying to create a data frame object by providing a path. Then what we want to do is we want to take so basically I've shown you a sample. I've taken this data using pandas, and there are just 4 columns. The date column is basically category, and I want to convert it from category, or you can say string, into the date time object. So the difference is when the date column is properly formatted, you can extract the month, you can extract the year, and you can perform analysis. Because when it comes to string, there is no difference in any regular string like product or date for the system. It does not understand that something is date, and that's why I showed you the data types first. So then what I've done is I've created this data cleaning class. In data cleaning class, the first thing that always happens is this is called the default constructor. This is called the default constructor. It starts by 2 underscore init, then 2 underscore after that. It means initialization. It always will have the self argument by default. Self basically refers to the object which is being created. Self denotes the individual object that you're creating. So let's suppose I'm going to create a retail sales data frame. That data frame is myself. This is my data frame. Okay, so that let's suppose I create 2 different objects. So how will the system realize what object refers to this particular data frame? There can be 2 different data frames as well. Okay, so let's suppose I've defined a class. The class has certain methods, and now depending upon what data set I'm using, I want to perform same set of functions to both the data sets. So Python might get confused, or system might get confused to process that, and that's why what it does is at a time it only appoints a unique reference for a data frame. So every data frame will be unique, which is a self, and that's why to access the data frame it says self.df. This is a variable that I've used, and now I'm providing a path, and this is hard coded within my class. This path is hard coded within my class, which means whenever you're using this class, you cannot provide a different data set. You cannot provide a different data set because within my class this path is already defined. What else I could do is I can define the path here. I can define the path here. So let's try this. I can take the path variable and I can remove this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now it says self not defined because I'm trying to provide it in my self variable. This is not going to work. What I can do, maybe I can define it here. I can define it here. Let's see. Okay, now this is working. So now when I'm creating this object, it should not work properly. Now it is not working. Why? Because it says path is not being provided. So now what we have done is we have basically made a better class. For example, I'll show you. This class is much better because now it's not dependent on a data set. You can directly provide the path at the time of creating the object, and now for whatever data set you want to provide, all these functions will be created, but then the columns will be dependent definitely. But I'm just showing you how this can be implemented. So just to fix it, what I can do, I can provide the path. So let's suppose now this will work. File path, 1 second. Okay, we'll see what's the issue. Okay, so when we are running this code, we are providing the path, as you can see. So we did provide the path that this class needed, okay, to create the object. But let's see why it is not working. Okay, read underscore cs is missing one argument. Okay, so basically you are taking or providing the path variable, okay, but we are not using this path variable here. Okay, that's why it's giving the error. So basically what we want to do, just provide this path here, and now if we just run this should work because now we are providing this path variable. And what this path will do, it will go in the pandas file, and now this will work. So the project will still be created, or the object will still be created. Okay, now let's start by doing this analysis. Okay, so we'll try and do all of it with the help of this object. So now what we want to do, we want to access or perform these operations with the help of okay, let's go step by step. So we want to first of all create month and year columns. Okay, so we want to say analyzer dot create month year. Okay, let's run this one. And now when you do this, it is providing the month, which is January, and year, which is 2023, which means that my conversion of date is happening properly. So in this method, as you can see, when I'm running this, the conversion from date is happening properly because now I've got the month column and the year column successfully. Okay, moving on to the next step. The next step is we want to drop the missing values. We want to drop the missing values. So analyzer missing values, and this then returns the columns that we have. Okay, next thing that we want to do is drop duplicates. So we can just say simply analyzer dot drop duplicates. I think this should work just fine, and it is dropping the duplicates and giving me all the columns available. Next, what did we want to do? We wanted to get total sales per product. To get, all we have to do, just call the object dot, what is the function? uh, we want to get total sales per product, so just call the function and this should give you the outcome. Okay, but as you can see, it's not returning any outcome here. It's not returning any outcome. So let's go back here. Product sales, product wise sales. It's doing this, performing the operation, but then it's not giving the output. So let's suppose if I just say, if I try this, take the result and then return the result, create another object. Okay, now if I do this, let's see what happens. Okay, we're just trying to learn. Okay, so now product sales. So I wanted to get sales per product, so I'm storing the output and returning it. It's working just fine. Next thing, I want to get best selling product. So I want to get analyzer dot best selling product. Okay, now this is not working correctly because I want to provide a parenthesis. Now once again, same issue. It's running but not giving us any output, which is because we are not returning anything. So let's store the result and return result. This should work fine, but just in case, I'll run all the cells above running this, and now best selling product, I'm getting this outcome. Now what you see is, so if we try and run this one, we are getting the same sorted list as the product wise sales. And if you go back and see why this is happening, it's simply because the code that we have made, the code written is absolutely same. So the product wise sales is doing the group by product and sales sum. Same thing is happening here, it's just that the data is sorted. But if I do just get me the top one row, so in that case I will not be getting all these items, right? I will only be getting the top item, which should be product C of 150 sales. So let's see if we can run this all the previous cells, and now instead of getting all the items in the sorted order, and I can see the product C is my best selling product, I only should be getting the top row, and now this is my top selling product. Okay, now let's see what is the next step that we have to make using this best selling product. Then we want average daily sales. To get average daily sales, we can just say analyze it average daily sales, and we can see for every single day we have got the average sales. So this is working fine. And then the next thing that we have is plotting the sales trend using the line chart. Plotting the sales using the line chart. Okay, analyzer dot sales trend. Let's see what happens. It says data frame object is not callable. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is not right. No, this is not right. This is not right. This should be fine. If I run all the above cells, so I can run this. It should be working fine. Now this has given me a line chart. Okay, which is as expected. Now moving on to the next part. Next thing that we are expecting is product wise quantity. So if I just do analyzer dot product wise quantity, this should be a bar chart. So this is a bar chart, and I think I can also include labels here. Okay, labels are included anyways. Take care. Okay, so we have product A, product B, and product C. The quantities that have been sold, I can get that. So this was the project, a very small project. Okay, so just to recap, what we have done is we have imported pandas, numpy, and matplotlib, and then what we have done is we have just kind of reviewed the data, how it looks like. We have seen that the date column was string formatted, and then we had product, which was a category. Two numerical columns were there. So what we have done is imported these libraries, created a class called data cleaning, in which we are defining the default constructor. Okay, and in which we are just providing a path. So basically we are creating a class that should take a path variable at the time of being creating, and that path should be imported here, which is under read underscore csv. This is important so that we can actually read the data frame correctly. So now for any object that you create, You just have to provide the path for that data set, and this entire functionality can be applied to that one. But it's not as simple as you think, because the columns have to be same for it. If the columns are different, then these methods will not work. Okay, so we have to define different methods. But yes, once you have defined the methods for your data, so when the new data comes in, you just have to write the one line code, which is this. You don't have to write the entire code yourself. The code is written once. You just create an object, and then using the object you can directly call that function. It will give you all the outputs. Okay, and that's how you can implement the oops concept into your projects. So yeah, this was the video about how do we implement oops concept in Python and machine learning. So I hope you enjoyed the video, you got some value out of it. And if you did, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Please do share your thoughts in the comment section. That definitely encourage me to make more videos. If you want me to make any video on any particular topic, do let me know in the comment section. Until then, this is Anuj, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.